Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brothers and sisters, today I would like to explain on the guidelines on how to select an Umrah package. So when you intend to perform Umrah with your family, you have to do a lot of homework in order to find a suitable package and in order to avoid from being cheated. If you go with your family, for example, in a number of 6 persons, if you look at the total cost for an Umrah package, for example, in Malaysia, the cost per head is about 6,000 ringgit. And if you go in 6 person, the cost will be 36,000 ringgit. So it's actually a big lump sum of money. And if you and your family are being cheated, and it is almost impossible to get back the money. So we have many cases. For example, in the country like Malaysia, almost every year there are a lot of people that being cheated in this Umrah package. A lot of them, they are stuck in the airport before departure because for example, like no departure ticket, or because of the visas not being approved and so on. And once this happens, it is most likely that the money is going to be gone forever. The first thing that you must make sure is not to deal with a company that is being blacklisted. For example, in a country like Malaysia, we have an homepage which is being published by the government on a list of companies that being blacklisted in handling the Umrah package. It also published a list of company that is granted full license in order to do an Umrah package, and you have to deal with a company that has a full license and also is guaranteed by the government as well. Second thing, you need to ensure how many licenses are required in order to register a company to be an Umrah agent. For example, in Malaysia, there are about 3 licenses are required, named as ROC, the KPL, and the LKU. And it could be different for other countries. So in this case, if there are 3 licenses are required, you must ask the company to show the proof for this 3 license already being granted and valid for the physical year. And second thing, you need to get the brochure from the company, and you need to go yourself to check the existence of the office together with the address and the telephone number. And you need to find the company representative as the customer service officer, his name and also his phone number, and to ensure that most of the workers are legal per the law. And one of these exists, it means that the company operates by the law. I put an example in hoping that can give a better explanation. This company, the name is Safari Haramain Travel and Tours Sdn Bhd. So for a country like Malaysia, requirements in order to be an Umrah agent, it must be a Sdn Bhd, private limited. So a company with enterprise is not eligible to handle the Umrah package. So first requirement is must be a Sdn Bhd, and second requirement, it must have the license, the ROC license. For example, here is company registration number is 841131-K, and together with the KPL license number is LN6261, and it also show clearly the address, the phone number, and also the company logo. So if you want to check the locations of this company, you need to go to the office and see with your eyes to ensure that the company really exists by the address and the employees exist as well. The third item that you need to check is the company track records. So try to find a company which has more than 10 years experience in handling the Umrah. And also within that 10 years of experience, there is no case of any of the people get stuck or cannot go to Mecca to perform the Umrah because of, for example, like no tickets or the visa not approved and so forth. And also if there is a homepage that show the company performance that is being written by the people, that will be great. And you need to find a company with good reviews, for example, with the score of 4 and above. And also good for you to check on the owner. So we are looking for owner. Of course, we want the owner to be a Muslims, and the owner who knows about how to manage the finance, so that it will not involve with any transaction which is haram or shubha. The fourth thing that you need to do is you need to check in details of the package, including the price, the name of the hotel, the distance of the hotel to the entrance, how many person a room, in terms of the food, the mutawif as well, and the programs, for example, the ta'if visits, and how many the Umrah is being sponsored by the company. For the pricings, I refer to a case in Malaysia. The minimum pricing which is targeted by the government is ringgit Malaysia 4,900. So if your package, the price is lower than this, it's not recommended for you to deal with a company with very low price, because it is very risky. So the pricing should be more than 4,900. And also you need to know the name of the hotel, because you can check in the Google map whether the distance that is being provided in the brochure is correct or not. You also need to check the pricings, how many person for standard room. Typically is 4 persons or 5 persons, and the price will be different if you intend to have like 3 persons per room or 2 person per rooms. And also check on in terms of the foods, because some company they provide like 3 times for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. And another company only provides for breakfast, because of the price is actually lower. And one more thing is check on the mutawif. If you are like English spoken, and then you need a mutawif that can speak English. And if you are from Chinese, for example, so you need a mutawif that can speak Chinese. It depends on the language needs. And also there is programs, the visits programs to the interest area, like the Jarana or the Hudaybiyah or the museums or the Uhud Hill and so forth. So make sure that there are standards. And also there is a program to visit Taif, because Taif is quite far. It is about 90 kilometer, and some company they put additional charge, for example 200 riyal in order to go to Taif, because it takes about a day visits. We go in the morning, and then we reach back to the hotel in the evening. And last but not least is the how many Umrah is being sponsored. Certain company they got 3, 4 or 5, because one is not being sponsored, then you need to use your own pocket money. You have to go to the nearest miqat, which is the Tanaim, located about 7 kilometer typically from the Mecca hotel, and you need to pay between 15 to 20 riyal per head. Here I show you one example from a company from Malaysia, which is a Juara Travel Private Limited. It has a brochure that show you the price is above 5590. It's already okay, which is more than the minimum limit. And it also show here that the package is 12 days 10 nights. 2 days just for traveling. And it also mentioned that it's a direct flight to Medina, from Kuala Lumpur to Medina, and it has a discount as well. It's 10 time frame, about 150 ringgit per head. And it also mentioned clearly on the airlines, it used Malaysia Airlines, it used the Etihad, and used the Oman Airlines. And it's also showed the name of the hotel in Medina, which is Royal Darul Aiman. In Mecca, actually, it's 50 meter from the dataran, from the Tower Clock Hall. And another hotel in Medina, which is called Al-Aiman Taibah, which is 100 meter from the gate entrance. But once I confirm with Google Map, actually the information is not accurate. For Royal Darul Aiman, when I measure using Google Map, is actually 150 meter to the clock tower call, the Dataran clock tower. It's not a 50 meter mentioned in the brochure. as well as the hotel in Medina, which is Al-Ayman Taiba. The distance actually 300 meter, not 150 meter, as written in the brochure. So you need to go back and get this information and again validate with Google Maps, because Google Map is very accurate in calculating the distance. Next, you need to check on the airlines used by the company. Choose and establish airlines like Saudi Airlines or Malaysian Airlines or United Airlines and so forth, which has a good track record without any delays. And try to choose the closest distance, the fastest traveling time without any transits, because you need to preserve your energy. You need to get there as quickly as possible, and it is better to spend time in the Nabawi Mosque rather than to spend time for transits. Point number 6 is you must ensure that the company is providing the Umrah course, either in theory and practice, because you need to attend the course, because you need to know the fundamental aspect in order to perform the Umrah. You need to know the process involved. You need to know all the rukuns and the sunnats, and as well you need to perform it in terms of practice, because without the basic knowledge, when you reach Mecca, you will be you don't know what to do. In other words, you will be blank. Okay, we want to avoid this, and because of that, so you are required to ask the company whether the company provides any detailed course in the Umrah for both theory and practice. Point number 7 is you need to clearly explain on the terms and conditions of the payment. So, for example, in Malaysia, normally for an Umrah package, the deposit required is 500 ringgit, and the person is required to pay in full 30 days before the date of the departure. And if there is any cancellation, the persons will only get back about 75% if the cancellation is made before 14 days. These are examples of the term and conditions of the payment. So this need to be clearly explained between the company and yourself. And I would like to advise, if you are not sure, please ask in details. Please ask detailed questions so that an explanation can be made by the officer or the representative from the company. I hope these slides will give benefits to our brothers and sisters who would like to come to Mecca and Medina to perform the Umrah and prayers, especially for the one who come for the first time. And I pray for your good things in Mecca and Medina, and hope for your prayers and your umrahs are being accepted by Allah. I would like to end my presentation with wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.